crawling with them. Going to be Snake versus, who would you go in? Okay.
Incineroar.
Let's, hold on. There we go. There we go. There we go. I would not put it past him.
We're getting the level 3 CPU step in.
I think it might be, yeah. Sub him in.
Yeah. For some people, I think there are people in brackets that would probably benefit from having a level 9 CPU.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Sometimes I prefer that.
In terms of matchup, it's actually tough for me to call who is kind of who you want to go for in terms of Pyramithra versus Palutena for this.
Yeah.
I think I would lean towards Palutena myself. I think I think Buckler is just a very useful thing to have. I think just the ability to go a lot deeper off stage is always very useful against Snake. But
you don't want to get Nikita super early. You can kind of just skip that phase of the game, right?
Nice.
And not to mention that, I think both do fine. Okay, so we are getting the Pyramithra actually. Let's see. I think they both do fine.
Yeah, so I would agree. I think you don't play these characters if they have bad matchups.
Yeah. No, true.
So let's get stuck into it. Selkie with a Madra Rua, I should say, with a massive opening damage right there, as Kodiak already up to 60%. Trying to get a little bit back right now, as that could have entered the stock right there.
Oh, yeah.
Very bold, and hey, opening of the game, this is where you want to throw those haymakers before someone's had the chance to kind of feel you out, figure out what you're all about there, August.
You're completely right, Nut Roast, and I think it's interesting to see that Madra is already going high when recovering. Do not want to deal with that kind of the up smash and the Nikita, all that nonsense that the Snakes love to throw out. But of course, if you go high, it's very punishable if they predict it, so you can't really do that too many times before Kodiak is inevitably going to pick up on it, right?
Yeah, that's what's quite interesting about both of these characters. They do have very powerful but quite linear options, so it is all about mixing them up, making sure your opponent can't get a read on you. That's why these opening stocks are so important, just trying to figure out how they function, how they play. It is Madra with the opening stock right there. Going to see if Kodiak can make it back nice and quick, as unfortunately grabbing the grade doesn't help too well, but at least you get a frame 1 combo breaker out of it. All right, that's very useful.
Yeah. And you love to see it. I mean, the percentage just kind of racks up, right? But the thing is, sometimes what you have to say to Snake is just like, you know what, just grenade me, because you get grenaded too, right? You also get the percentage built up on you. So I definitely don't dislike just going aggressive. You don't have to camp Snake all the time at least. So I definitely like the play from Madra here.
Yeah, it's very nice. That parry kind of messing up the grenade pull a little bit. Not really able to get much out of it. But again, when you're playing Snake, all right, taking trades, it's totally fine. It's exactly what you want. The higher you get, just the better position you are in, especially against something like Pyramithra, who is just going to crumble under pressure if you can find something like a grab when you get into these reds.
100%. Let's see. 92 on Kodiak. I mean, this is definitely the percentage where you want to be fishing for down air into up smash, up air, whatever you want, as higher up, but the Mithra is coming out instead. Nice air dodge to recover. You have to get kind of creative with the recoveries if you are playing a character like Pyramithra, who does have the huge weakness of the recovery being kind of very explodable, actually.
Yeah, we're going high. Oh, dear Kodiak. Good, nice little mix-up right there. Not able to get caught as down throw comes out. What are we waiting for? Ooh, try to really roll back in. Very interesting. A little bit too early for that there, Kodiak, as Madra more than happy to continue pushing this advantage, as 97, yeah, not too bad, but at this point, you're just playing for extra credit. It's totally fine. I think if that hit, it was a terrible idea.
Oh, yeah. Very, very true. It looked like a good option just because he got away with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. The placing end as well.
Good stuff, keeping him mixed on the grenades right there. Good timing on that rising there, especially with the grenades. Madra more than confident, it seems, in the Snake matchup. It's really fantastic. Also quite rare. One of the reasons I think this character finds such a kind of mid-level success is that they are so hard to grasp, because that playstyle, you have to just adapt to it. You know, you can't go through it, you can't go around it, you can't go over it, all right? So what do you do? Do you go under it?
What do you do?
Do you phase through it? Do you teleport behind it?
Extremely good question, and I don't think most people know the answer, but I think maybe Madra Rua does, but we do have this even stock right now. Let's see if we can get any more mileage. I do love the blades. All right.
Alrighty.
I do love the blaze again.
Go!
Go.
Hold down the neutral.
You win the game for me, please. No, but I do love the blazing again, because it does kind of stop Snake from doing what Snake loves to do, which is set up the grenades and, you know, cook up some stuff and throw it at you. You have to hold shield or you have to jump over it. So it forces Snake to leave that position that he so loves to be in. Forces him to disengage his disengagement, and just kind of now you have to engage with me. And I do love that from Madra, forcing those kind of situations.
Yeah, no, I think that's a pretty. I think we're in for a pretty long set. I can't imagine this is a 3-0-4 Madra. She definitely was very, very confident in the matchup, which I really, really like. But it looked like it could have swung either way. I don't think maps are really going to matter too much as we go through. I think it's just about, like we mentioned, adaptation, readaptation, and that's where things get kind of interesting, because obviously both of these players are pretty accomplished in their own rights, or like in their own context. But Madra, she's been around for a lot longer, I want to say, than Kodiak, or at least their kind of reign as a threat has been a lot longer lived. And so this is where that wisdom really comes into play, and how you go the extra mile, how you keep that stamina in these constant battles, especially when they're this close to the wire.
Yeah, it's definitely difficult, especially when the set goes on and on and on. But right now, how you keep the advantage going is with these kind of combos that have been going really well for Madra. I think she's doing a great job of pushing her advantage, and it's not always as easy as it seems, especially against Snake, who obviously has that option of just pressing B and then your combo no longer true, right?
Yeah, and I can't. Maybe I'm the one who's getting schmixed by Kodiak here just because it's so well hidden. But I'm not really seeing much use of C4 whatsoever. Sure. Typically, as a Snake, you want to use it as kind of like a landing option, just like right there. As you fly up into the top, you can drop it, use it to cover space. Very useful against characters like Pyramithra, who would love to sort of juggle you from underneath, because it just creates a threat. As we can see it, obviously using it as a landing option means that you can't use it to set up traps. But it seems like Kodiak has his priorities right here, as just trying to keep a little bit of a wall up right now. Blazing End, there's the grab, forward throw.
It's interesting because I think the disadvantage is so good from Madra, but it's not enough because Kodiak is playing very well around it as well. It's nice to see this kind of back and forth where counter-adaptation and counter-adaptation going along each other, and I think it's very beautiful to see. Madra especially has been recovering so beautifully and getting around the Nikita so much that only the first time I saw her getting hit by the Nikita was just now in game 2. So I think that's very, very impressive.
I want to say, I love the fact that, like, if you get hit, like, if you pull a grenade and shield a Snake and then you get hit by Blazing End, that you're in that shield for, like, 3 seconds.
Yeah,
that's true. You're just chilling.
The side is definitely crazy from Madra as well.
It's fantastic. Oh, that little shield poke actually really ruining Kodiak there with the explosion as well. Madra just going absolutely ape right now as up special coming out. Going to go high.
You remember what we talked about earlier with Younglings, right? Zoner that can box. I feel like that's definitely Snake as well. Definitely can't put up that Zoner-like thing, but can box as well. And I think with this Blazing End being sent out, Kodiak's not getting the chance to be a zoner that much, because he's just getting forced to like leave that zoning position that he wants to be in, and then he has to use his boxing moves, which is good, but it's not as good as Pyramithra, who can like kind of stuff you out and use that those quick disjoints to combat that. So I think up close, I think definitely Madra is going to have the advantage, and I think that's very interesting to see that Kodiak is getting kind of forced to approach, but the upper hand is definitely still going to Kodiak for now. This first, or the second stock rather, going in the favor of him.
Oh, fantastic work getting a conversion off that C4. You can see that Kodiak getting a lot of, finding a lot of these sort of victories in the stocks department through use of Nikita. Oh, an amazing up special. Oh my goodness.
Covering a lot of stuff. I mean, getting that kill, it wasn't super early, but it's Snake and you are Pyramithra, who can struggle to kill sometimes. So I definitely love seeing that. At those percentages too. A lot of characters like that have this issue where if you leave their kill percent window, then you can't really kill. You struggle a lot with killing. Pyramithra not handling that issue right there. At least not Madra, but the up tilt on the roll already. How did she end up at that percent?
That was crazy coverage coming out from Kodiak. That was nuts. Oh my goodness.
I was sitting here chilling with my casting, like she's at like 40, like she got hit by a couple of moves. It was 129.
Hey, I'm sure she's thinking the same thing.
Like what happened to my stock?
No, insane work coming out from here, and you saw just in those last few interactions how frustrating this is for Pyramithra, because obviously, like, I don't even know, like, why would you even play, like, Pyro? Like, what's the point of even playing Mithra in this matchup?
Yeah.
You can't get up air strings, because this geezer just pulls out a bomb every 4 seconds and ruins your strings, and so you got to spend most of it as Pyra.
Yeah.
But if you're chilling as Pyra and you get thrown 3 feet off the edge, you're going to get Nikita and die. It's really annoying, and I respect massively Madra's not only knowledge and execution in this matchup, but kind of commitment to stick with it.
I completely agree, Roast, and I think it's very interesting. Like you said, there's not a lot of those matchups where Pyra seems to be the better option that often, and I think it's very interesting to see. Of course, starting with the Mithra still needs to those early percentage combos and getting exploded out of the side or neutral rather as well. Interesting stuff.
All right, we got 2 up airs. That's my goat right there.
Oh. Why are none of the moves working? What's happening? They're all just getting hit by the first one.
Yeah, you can see Kodiak using that C4 there just to get a safe recovery. Doesn't like being in that situation whatsoever, but my goodness, Madra doing a fantastic work at keeping this advantage. Clearly very offended by that final game, as 124 on Snake right now. A very easy kill right here for pretty much anything Pyra feels like throwing out. As we are going to go for the speed, just kind of wait for a moment of opportunity, I should say, as we're able to make it down.
Let's see. I mean, I do want to say again, once again, the blazing ends are so important in this matchup, I think, and it's doing so many wonders for. Ooh, is that it?
No, surely not.
Oh, but
for God's sakes!
Wow, and that's the weakness of Pyramithra, right? You try so hard in neutral and you do so well, then suddenly you get back thrown once and
it's literally it. It was that one back throw. They were at 60 for God's sake.
Yeah.
Taken out. What an amazing just execution of advantage coming out from Madra, but it all just blew up in her face as a lot of these specials getting absolutely just rinsed by Kodiak, but that's okay. We keep them going. We'll play a little bit creatively around the grenade. That's just you can see what Madra's going for. I'm not sure if this is conditioning or if they've just got screw loose.
it's often like both. You know?
Yeah, I think
it's like it's got to be both.
If
sometimes.
I don't know what I'm doing, you don't know what I'm doing either.
Sounds like Hummingby.
As we do continue, just trying to hit the ground right here. I think Madra is looking to stabilize a little bit. It kind of runs into this, and this is a Snake problem just in general, where there is just so much chaos going on. You can sometimes get caught up in it. But the whole point of Snake is you cannot play Snake's game, all right? You have to just force him, just kind of pry him out. Unfortunately, Selkie going down there. Madra, I should say, she is not too happy. You can see her trying to psych herself up, trying to lock in as Kodiak. It started off so heavily in Madra's favor, but now he is struggling. Finally finds a kill, and it's looking pretty close here for Ravi.
Oh, 100%, and I think Madra definitely looking alive after that, you know, refreshing yourself, just thinking, okay, I can definitely do this, I know what to do, and I think Kodiak as well has been shielding so much, and Madra have been getting a lot of grabs recently, but then suddenly going for the tomahawk, it tilts instead, countering the adaptation with another adaptation. Love to see it from Madra, but the percentage is going in the favor of Kodiak right now. So many of those moves from Snake do so much damage, and the grenades as well are going to rack up even more.
Certainly is, certainly is. Keeping a hold on the grenade just in case those combos do come flying. Obviously, you want one in hand all the time, as we're going to go for a C4 landing right there, forcing Madra just to reposition over and over again. You see we can detonate it early just so we can go once again as we're slowly setting up grenades. That's a great edge right there as...
Yeah, once again, but the dash to cover the roll, not quite dead just yet. Got the C4 in the middle of the platform. Let's see if Selkie can avoid it. The grenade as well. So many projectiles, so much stuff that's kind of in the way, stopping Selkie from being able to commit to those big hits that she so desperately wants right now. She's playing as Mithra though right now. Let's see if she changes, and she does. Let's see.
Tough stuff, holding ground, holding there. Oh my goodness!
The DIE right there, wanting to dash in a little too much, and therefore getting that early stock in the favor of Madra. 2-1, looking so nice. We got that. This might be a little bit of an upset as well, you know, 76 lead. I think I saw in the corner earlier.
Yeah,
would be good stuff for Ireland.
It's certainly not unheard of, and it's certainly not a minuscule seed to beat.
Yeah.
I think Madra's looking fantastic right now. And Ireland in general today have just been very blessed with a lot of their performances. Clearly there's something in the air, a little bit of Irish magic. All right.
Very much so. I think they're a little bit angry after Dimitri went into losers a bit early. They're going,
I think so. I think so.
We need to prove ourselves.
This is on you.
Yeah.
This is on you, Norway boy.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, my fault. My fault. It's not our fault we're so goated.
Well, I'm sure Madra could be thinking the same thing right now. On to PS2 right here. I think a very good stage for Snake to play with. You can start to hear the venue starting to come alive as Kodiak just forcing it. Look how many things are on the bloody floor, mate. It's a nightmare. As great work from Madra to be able to maneuver around it all. Obviously, Kodiak has just been forcing her into situations where she has to pick her poison. You have to either take damage from a grenade or get a running up tilt in the face. But obviously, she's maneuvering.
Oh, wow, and not quite killing just yet. Snake is heavy, but now you got Snake in the corner. Can you make it count, though? Snake going high, just going to the platform. I love that. Snake covering himself a lot with these projectiles, and therefore almost getting back to stage. Scott free, but...
Oh, caught on his own roll.
Okay, nice. Getting the juggles and actually getting the kill from it as well. Pyra seems to be the move right now. Pyra has so many tools in this matchup that are going so well. And I love being on that platform as well. Madra is definitely playing this matchup very correctly.
Incredibly.
Right,
you can see the positioning is fantastic. Obviously, one thing you can do against Snake is they're not very good at covering diagonal space. So take a look at Madra's positioning, taking these two platforms, holding position, coming at angles that Kodiak is not prepared to defend against. He can beat you in the air, he can beat you on the ground, but you can come at him at a very specific angle. That Madra has sort of cracked. It's becoming very hard to defend yourself.
You're completely right, Dave, and I think being under that platform as well for Snake is so comfortable, but suddenly that Pyra comes out and that downer is threatening you, right? You can't feel as comfortable anymore. And there we see it, but just using that up tilt to stuff it out. I mean, I think Kodiak is thinking the same thing as me, like, why can't I be comfortable under here? I just have an up tilt. So then he just goes for it, and that almost, that does take the stock, and we do have some percentage building up as well. This is turning so quickly.
It is. Kodiak's putting up a wall, buying himself a little bit of time. Obviously just creating an absolute obstacle course. Oh my goodness, Madra just running through the McDonald's play place right now, desperately trying to find some blood, find a hit, anything to convert off of, as we are ticking up percent-wise on both sides. But this is Snake we're talking about. Obviously, the more trades you take, the better it is.
So close to ending the stock as well. The up tilt, of course, not going to take the stock, but it's going to be so close. And the up air, but the up air right back. Reversaling the reversal with the up air. Let's see if we can make this mileage count. Let's see.
Finding so much off of these up tilts, but unfortunately, if you're just going to keep staling it, it's going to become less and less reliable. We want to find Nikita kills, but it's not letting it happen as the up air comes through, and we are down one stock apiece. Kodiak on the cusp of losing to Madra. The Irish coming alive in the venue right now as 44. We are at the edge. Can we find a way out? Can't even pull a grenade to keep himself safe. There we are. Keeping it going. Can't quite find the nair though.
Let's see, 56 already building. I think Madra definitely has to look out for these grenades, and these grenades trades as well. There we go, already taking 21 just from that one thing. Shielding that grenade. And Kodiak going high, that's so dangerous, but in the corner still though, the Blazing Edge. Still such a good tool this matchup, and I think Madra is doing a phenomenal job of using it correctly. Let's see if the juggle is going to come out.
Up, reads the roll, sent off. Kodiak has one more chance to bring this back. It's just not happening. Madra just relentless in keeping that could be dangerous. Not quite, the tilt's not there as Kodiak sent to the stratosphere. Madra takes the game for Ireland.
There we go, a 3-1. It was looking kind of grim after game 2. It was looking like Kodiak was making a lot of good adaptations. But at the end of the day, Madra is the one who comes out on top. Phenomenal gameplay. I think she played the matchup so well. Like, it was really nice to see, using a lot of tools that you don't see used quite that often, especially in neutral. Like the Blaze